Hello everyone, and welcome back. We're here again on Mercury Farms. So we were here a bit earlier today, and we got 2 of our fields harvested. Hello everyone, and welcome back. We're here again on Mercury Farms. Oh, just give me a second there. Now I got a bit of feedback here. Today, and we got 2 of our fields harvested. All right, just give me a second. There we go. That's better. So, as I was saying, we got our field of soybean harvested. We put in the cell tower, so hopefully that's going to start bringing us in some money. And we harvested our barley. Slow down, I'm getting tongue-tied here. Now, when I first came into the game to get ready, I noticed that our canola is now ready to be harvested as well. So we're going to probably do that first, and this is going to be actually a very busy episode because we're going to be selling off a bunch of stuff, and we're going to be buying some new stuff. I went out and I looked for some mods to make it a little bit easier to get a few things done. Okay, let's unfold the harvester. We'll lift that up for now. So I went out and I found a nice seeder that will do fertilizing on the first stage. We're going to get something to do some lime, because I want to start doing some lime on our fields to improve the yield. And I think what I'm going to do is, when it comes to weeds, I'm going to get a weeder, and we'll try to catch it in the first stage of the weeds. So what I'm going to do is, when we plant our fields, I'm going to try to space them out just a little bit, so that way all the weeds don't come up at one time, and then we won't be able to manage them all. So what I'll do is probably give it a day in between each field that we plant, and then that way we can manage the growth of them. Now this is only a small field. This won't take long to harvest. I don't say we'll make too much money on it. And we also we rented all the baling equipment to start doing some baling contracts. So we're going to look at getting some of them done as well in this episode. Try to get as much done as we can. So how is everyone tonight? I know, Tony, it's late for you. Always good to have you on the stream, especially knowing that it's later your time than what it is our time over here in good old Canada. And again, tonight I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. (1 a.m.) Wow. That's late. Well, I'm glad you stayed up to watch my stream. You probably won't make it through the whole thing, but I'm sure Gaming with Wayne will be here soon enough. He usually don't miss one either. Starting to get late on the farm here too. So we'll probably get this field harvested, and we'll sleep for the night. Lose a lot of money. We'll lose over 5,000 pounds. But now we will make $250 per hour on the cell tower, so that'll compensate for a bit. Now I suppose it still goes overnight too while you're sleeping. All right, man. I appreciate that, Tony. Thank you, buddy. Okay, perfect. I'm glad it does work 24/7. I wonder how much. What's the yield on this? 280. So it's a little bit better than the soya bean. Now this field does need lime, so we're not getting the full yield on it. Now I'm pretty sure I did the fertilization on it twice. So we got the fertilization bonus. But I don't expect to get a lot for this. It's only a small field, but you know what? If I get 2,000-3,000 pounds, that's 2,000-3,000 pounds I didn't have. Wayne has gone shopping. Yeah, I'll probably be on for a couple of hours, so you'll probably catch the later end of it. Yeah, I think if I had my time back, I probably wouldn't have came in as close as I am to the shed here. How you doing, Big Dog Gaming? Glad to have you here, my friend. So if you're not familiar with this series, this is my realistic series, so I have a bunch of rules in place. I'm not allowed to tab into vehicles, not allowed to cheat in any money. I started from scratch. So it's a hard series. As you can tell, we don't have very much money. I even had to take this little bit of land we had here that was used for a for our farmyard, so we can put like our vehicles and sheds and all that, and I turned it into a field just so we can get some extra crop down. So try to make as much as we can for what we got. Now I have been looking at some mods, and I'm going to start selling off a few things that I got and get some better things. And hopefully, I've never tested it yet, hopefully the prices will allow me to do it. I'm one of these ones, I don't test nothing, man. I just throw the mod in and I use it, and if it don't work, it don't work. I go and I delete it or sell it. I'm not going to get that piece in there by that shed. That's too bad. So what we're going to do in this episode, if you haven't heard Big Game, we're going to do some baling contracts because they make a lot of money. A lot of work involved, though. That's the only thing. Now I'm going to see if I can get as close as I can to the shed here to get that little bit that we're missing. There we go. I went right through the shed then. Alright. Let's go throw this in our tipper. I don't know what the price on it is right now, so we're going to check the price and see if it's worth selling, or I might just leave it in the tipper for the time being. So while that's emptying, I'm going to go in and look at the price of canola. So it's going up right here, so I'm going to wait a bit and see how high that goes up, because that's at 27 at the livestock market. I'm going to see where that levels off and see if it's going to go more than that. So we don't need to sell it off right yet. So we don't have very much of it anyway. Alright, let's put this harvester away. One of these days I'll be able to afford to purchase a pressure washer, and we'll get these vehicles washed up. Now, what was it I was going to sell? What are we going to need? You know what? I'm just going to sell it from this menu. We're going to lose a bit of money by doing it. But we are going to sell our cedar. I'm going to sell it right now before we sleep because I don't want to lose any more money. We're going to sell this off. So we got our cedar and that. And I think that's all I was going to sell. Yes. Okay, so now we'll go over and sleep, and in the morning we will pick up what we need. We got a bunch of stuff over at the shop now for our baling contracts anyway. So let's get 12 hours sleep here. And we lost, but we made 15 for property income, so that must be the cell tower that we own. Great demand at the livestock market. What are they in great demand for? Look at the canola there. It's 27.24. That's still going up a bit though at the garden center. And the vehicle shop grains leveled off at 23.22. So we'll wait just a little tiny bit, and I'll check it in a little bit later. But I don't want to wait too long in case it starts going down. Okay, so I am going to grab the John Deere. And let's drop that off. We don't need that. We'll keep that here on the farm. And we're going to run over to the shop. Now, I might be able to get the grass cut today, but where it's raining, realistically, it's not going to dry, so we're not going to be able to make the hay. But I will be able to do the silage one. So what do we got? We got 58,000 pounds. Hopefully now everything I need to purchase is not that much. Hopefully it's more than, I think before we went to sleep we were at 12,000 pounds. So hopefully we got more than that by the time we're done. Alright. So here's all the equipment we got leased to do the contracts. And thank God with the contracts there's no per hour leasing. It's just leased. Alright, let's run into the shop. I don't need the lights on. Actually, get back in. Let's shut the tractor down. We don't need that going. Oh, we got the gentleman working here today. So we are going to get, now see if I can remember where they are. So we're going to get a weeder. And we're going to go with this one here. And I'm going to change this to gray. Now let's back out, and we are going to get fertilizing technology. Now trying to figure out what the best one to go with is. That just does fertilizer. This one does fertilizer and lime. So we'll go into this one. And so we can get 1,000 liters, 5,500. We get a nice little cover on it, so it keeps it all dry. We can go red or silver. What's that? The main color. Where did the silver go to? Oh, actually, I like the silver. It looks like that corrugated steel, that steel sheeting. I'll keep that. And it's 15 meters. I thought I had another one that I was looking at as well. So we know we got that one. I think there was another one. Is it this one? No, that just does fertilizer. Was it this one? That does fertilizer and lime, and it might have been this one I was looking at, though. This one is a bit more expensive. So we can go with that, but there's no cover on it. And it's more expensive, and it's only carrying 800 more liters. So yeah, we'll go with this one. 700. We'll get the 1,000. I'll put the cover on it. So we're going to buy that. So that'll do our fertilizer and our lime. Our weeder's going to do our weeds. We just got to catch the weeds at the right time. And the only other thing I need now is a seeder. And the one I'm going with is... Where is it? This one right here. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, that one right there. So this does... I think it does fertilizer and seed at the same time. So we're going to buy that. And now we got 31,727 pounds. So we did good. We did good. And it's going to save us a bit on working now, because I don't have to go out and buy all that extra fertilizer and all that. We can do it all at once. So that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this tractor here and hook up the lawnmowers to it. And we'll get the grass cut on the fields that we need to do. Oh. Also, I need to fix this course play. Every time you buy a new tractor, you gotta... I don't need no hints, and I don't like I use my mouse button for other things, so I don't like the way they have it set up on the mouse button, so I change it to another button. Alright. So yeah, we'll be able to get the grass cut today anyway, and we'll probably be able to make the silage. We are going to have to lease a baler. Or not a baler, but a bale wrapper. Alright, now let's see what fields we got for baling on our contracts. So we got field 60, 6, 59. And I'm just going to go in now and see if we can pick up any more. There's one there on 51. We'll accept that contract. And are there any more? I don't think there is. I think that's all of them. Okay, so we got 59 and 60. So we'll go get them ones done first. They're right close together. Now let's find them. There's 58. There's 59. And I'd figure 60 would be close. And 60 is there. So we can go do 60 right away, because that's close to the farm here. So we'll go get all the grass cut first on all the fields. Then we'll, any silage ones, we'll go around with the windrower and put them in a swath. And then we'll do the bales. We got a lot of transporting too now. I'm going to have to rent a transporter as well. Probably rent one of the auto load trailers. Now, I don't know where this field ends or starts or what, so. And I've never ever used this mower before. Why would you have that the way it is? Unless it outreaches. On-fold mower. Okay, yeah. I won't need that up no more. Let's unfold this mower and get started. Worst thing with these grass fields is you don't know where the boundaries are. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on the map down below just to make sure that we are on the boundaries. Actually goes up a little bit further. Any bit we miss I can go back and get after. And the thing about this is you don't need to get it all anyway. Now let me look up. I can probably see it a bit better this way. People don't realize there's a lot of work goes into these baling contracts. You got to mow the grass, you got to turn it over, you got to dry it, you got to bale it. Then you got to deliver it on top of all that. But it's a rainy day, there's nothing much else we can do, so we'll get this grass cut. And the thing about this too is you can't use a worker. I don't think you can use a worker for cutting grass. So let me try. Let me see what happens if I hire a worker. Oh no, look at that, you can. Alright, so I'm going to get that worker doing that. Now I can jump out and I'll run back to the shop and I can go over and grab the John Deere and the windrower and start windrowing the grass. I didn't know a worker actually worked on the grass fields. But I'll give that a bit of a time to get some of that cut. So what I'll do first is I'll start getting some of our equipment back to the farm. Now, I'm going to come in on the front of this. No, I got the weight on, so I won't be able to put it on the front. So we'll slowly start taking everything back. I'm going to move this out of the way. I can do this in 2 trips if I do it properly. So I'm going to go and I'll take the seeder back now and I'll drop the weight off and I'll come back and I'll pick up the fertilizer spreader and the weeder all at the same time. I should have actually picked up that fertilizer while I was there. But I'll put it in the other one. So yeah, this does have 2 compartments. So I guess one is for fertilizer and one is for seed. So that's what I wanted. And it's probably around the same width as the other one we had, or maybe just a little bit bigger. And we don't have to have that front piece on either as well. So how is everyone tonight? Hopefully everyone is doing great. Running out of spots to put everything. That cell tower takes up a lot of room, man. But if it's going to make us money, I'll keep it as a good investment. Alright, we'll drop that here. I'm just going to drop this weight off. I'll put the weight over here out of the way. we won't need that weight right now. Oh, let's put it in reverse, Morpheus. All right, let's go back over now and get our weeder and our seeder. Or not our seeder, we just brought that back. Our fertilizer sprayer. And then we can use the John Deere to help out with the baling contracts as well. If I actually do it right, I could use all 3 tractors and use follow me. Yeah, but I'm no good at that. I'll do it the slow way. Oh, traffic jam up there by the looks of it. Now the thing about this weeder as well, if we want it, you can actually put seed in it and it will plant your land as well. But you can see it's only got a very small capacity. I think it's like 300 liters. But like for one of our small fields, it might actually be all right. Now, let's turn around here and come in and pick up our fertilizer spreader. I might actually fill it up because we got some fertilizer just right here. So let's undo the cover. Forget what's in that bag. I think that's fertilizer there as well. Is this seed? Or is it the big bags of fertilizer? No, it's fertilizer. There you go. Now we're measuring in tons, so we have 1.22 tons of fertilizer in that. Eventually I gotta start. Now I got a mod. It's that delivery mod, so I can set the spawn point for everything we buy back to the farm. And by doing that, we pay a delivery fee. So that's something I might look into as well. But I mean, you know what? For the sake of just driving over to the shop and picking everything up, we're not paying for it. Well, we pay for fuel, that's it. But we're not burning a lot of fuel to do that. And I'm not sure how much the delivery fee is. I don't know if it goes by distance on where you want to teleport it to, or I don't know. Okay, so we're going to put this away. I'll start putting some stuff in the shed as well. Actually, if I move that over just a little bit more, I'll have room to put our fertilizer spreader down as well. Alright, let's drop that off. Let's put this away now. Now we can get to work at our contracts. We got all of our equipment back to the farm. Tony, I figured Dragon was going to do a stream, but I checked to see if he was streaming before I went on, and he wasn't, so I figured he was going to do a stream tonight as well. Watch now, I'm going around that corner and watch a car come right up on me. Guaranteed. Nope, I got lucky this time. But there's one in the horizon, so I better get back in. Tell me that vehicle that I just cut off is not cursing me out. Okay, so we need... Now, I'm not sure... Field 60. Now, I just want to make sure now. Because if Field 60 is silage, then we'll go over and do that. If it's not silage, if it's... where is it? Field 60. Bale it and wrap it, make silage bales. Okay, yeah, so we don't need to dry the grass there. But I'll have everything ready and I'll bale it. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to... I'll lease a wrapper. And that's the last thing I'll do. But I got to remember... I'm trying to remember now what contract I took the least... equipment out on, because I have to do that one last. If not, I'll lose all the equipment when I turn it in. I suppose I can do them all and just finish the contracts when I get it all done. Alright, let's start cleaning this mess up. Yeah, me too. I didn't know if he was going to stream, but I never seen him streaming, so... You know, when one of our crew from Nick the Hick is streaming, I prefer not to, because I'll wait till they're done so we don't overlap each other. Because I usually like to go over and watch Dragon and his streams and all that, and he usually drops in on mine. So the only real pain ones in this one here is going to be probably the ones where we got to make the hay. I can't do them right now because realistically it's raining. I can get the grass cut, but we're going to have to wait for the rain to stop in order for me to actually be able to turn it into hay. This is not going to dry out in the rain, that's for sure. I got to get all the mods for yours and Wayne's server so I can go on it sometime. So if you got a link for me to download it, man, send me that link and I'll download all the mods that you guys are using. These are quite a big grassland, actually. I wonder how much it's going for. I wouldn't mind having a field this size. Yeah, tell me about it. I think in this series alone, in this series, I've minimized them a lot because I'm not using a lot of the bigger ones, but in my main mod folder, I've probably got over 1,000 mods. But I got so many different folders for every different series that I play. And all I do is whenever I want to come in on Mercury Farms, I go to the Mercury Farms folder. If I want to do Oakfield Farms, I go to Oakfield. If I'm streaming with Nick and the guys, depending on what map we're doing, Taylor Farms or Don Diego, I got different folders for every one of them. Because I find the more mods you have in your folder, and if you're not using them, you're just taking up memory. because they load them into your memory every time the game starts up, whether they're activated or not. If they're in your mod folder, they're going to be loaded up into memory. And by having individual mod folders, it eliminates your memory use. Yeah, I used to do that too. Oh, you don't just shove them into one folder? I used to do that, like on Farming Simulator 17, I'd had one mod folder. It was under My Documents, My Games, where the default one is. Now I have a dedicated SSD hard drive that stores all my Farming Sim mods. And that's all is on it, is Farming Sim mods. 17, 19, and then eventually 21 when 21 comes out. So we got 4 baling contracts to do. 2 are silage, I believe, and 2 are hay bales. Actually, I can do the silage ones today because I can rent the wrapper. And once they're wrapped, I can just return it because you don't get completion until you actually deliver the bales. And with the silage bales, if the contract's over and there's still some bales left, we will be able to get some money off of that as well. Great demand. Now I'm going to go in, when I get this row done, I'm actually going to go in and check the price on the canola. Because I don't want to miss out on that great price. Usually great demand is the highest it will go. But it's different for every location, I guess. Alright, just let me line this up. I'm going to go in and have a look at the price just before we continue on. So that's going up. That's leveled off. That's maxed out. The garden center. They're very close. The garden center's closer, so I'll just deliver it to there. So I'll keep an eye. I'll try to get this field done. And then we'll head back to the farm and go sell that off. While the price is good. Yeah, like I do that from time to time too, Tony. I'll go through all my mods. And like sometimes the updated one, I'll get a different... Like I remember on 17, for example, I had 4 different variants of the Fendt 1050. So then I went in and I tried them all out, one at a time, and I saw what one I liked the most, and I kept that one. Because pretty much they're all the same. They just had different features. Now, I hope that eventually they'll have interactive controls in the tractors like they did back in 17 and 19. That's what I'm hoping. But you never know, right? I mean, I know some vehicles now, they got functions like that with the mouse. So you can use your mouse buttons and move it up and down or left to right, and it'll do certain things. It'll open up windows and doors. So that's a start of it. But if you remember in 17, you used to hit the... I think I had a certain button assigned to it, and you used to be able to go in and click on different things, put different monitors up, and open the doors, and take the fenders off. can hear the thunderclap in there now. The funny thing is, on this map, on FS19, you'll hear the thunder clapping, but you never see the lightning. You never see the lightning. Now I play, I actually fly with Prepare 3D, and you can actually see if there's a lightning storm. I use an add-on weather program, and it brings real-world weather into your flight sim experience. And if it's thunderstorming in a certain area, it's actually thunderstorming on the game as if it was in the real world. And you see the lightning, and you hear the thunder, and Active Sky is the weather program. Maybe one of these days I'll do a flight sim video. I haven't touched flight sim in a while. I think the last time I went into flight sim was when I was doing my what series was it? It's my series in Farming Simulator 17 that I got to get back to one of these days. And you actually see me on an airplane, and that I brought Flight Simulator into the video. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I got X-Plane 11 as well. But when I started with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I just got used to Flight Simulator, that style, and so I just continued to do that, and then Prepare 3D took over. So that's what I use now. Alright, we're going to have to get out and move that other tractor out of the way. Should have a bit of light on too, it's raining. Have the lights on. I don't really need the beacons on there. Now, I'm actually going to do something here. I'm going to just mow this piece of land here so we can see where our grass is. The worker won't do it, but I think I can. And we'll try to keep it in the same swath, so when I go with the baler, it'll pick it all up. Make it a bit neater. I probably could have got a lot more grass here too. There we go. But there we go. That's all turned off. Now let's fold up our rear mower so we can travel. Now we'll bring this to the other field and get this started with the worker. And we'll run back to the farm. We'll sell off that canola, and then we'll come back here and we'll probably get the John Deere to go over to the shop, get the baler, and we'll bale that up right quick. And then by that time, this tractor here should have the other field completed, mowing, so then we can go in and get that one ready. So I think our next field was field 59. And I think it's just down here a bit. Let me bring the bigger map up. Yeah, it's just down from the farm there, 59. We'll get that done. Now I think this one is actually for hay bales. Now trying to find the way into there. Okay, we can come right off the road actually. Okay, I'm trying to find a... Try to find the edge of the land here. And that's probably going to be it right there. So we'll unfold the rear mower so we can get it lined up. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, I'm never any good at this. Alright, we'll get the workaround of that. Anything missing that we can always go back and get. Okay, so let's jump out here. Don't run me over, worker. And we'll run over to the farm and we'll get that canola sold off. I need to get a tipper, like when we can afford it, I'm going to get a tipper that actually has a cover on it. Because right now the one we got is pretty weird because you're using small grain and the whole side of the tipper is open almost, so it's almost like it can fall out. I should be keeping an eye on that money, make sure I'm getting my 250 pounds every... Right? Like you look at this here. I mean, you see how small them canola are? They should be falling through that grate holes. Probably go in after and have a look and see if I can get a cheaper tipper. And we'll return this one, but I know this one was fairly cheap. Now, this goes... Where's the best sell point? It was the garden center. I think that's the center just across from us. No, where is it? Where's the green in the sky? I don't see it, Tony. Do you see it? Oh, there it is. So, the best way to get out of here... Oh. I gotta change these tires back and get the standard ones again. These row crop tires really are slippery. I think when I bought this tipper, it was $35,000, if I'm not mistaken. Or it could have been cheaper, actually. It's one that Iconic put out. It's a really good tipper. I like the actions on it, but I might look for something different. And something with a cover on it. So that way, because we got no storage, if I want to store it, if I want to store the grain, I can store it in the tipper if I got a cover. Because I cannot afford a silo right now. Now, let's go up and see how much on this canola we'll make. A lot of running around, I guarantee you. That's what I like about multiplayer. You got so many people doing different jobs. You don't have to do it all yourself. Alright, let's sell this and see what we make. 2,400 pounds. Not bad. Not bad for that little small field. Okay, let's get this back. Actually, while I got it on, and I need to change over the tires. Man, I'm all over the place today. Wrong menu. Let's go in here. So if I were to sell that, I get $26,999. Let's go in and look at the tippers. Trailers. Let's see. Something small is good. Go with something like that. 19. It's got a cover on it. We can go with that one as 27. Well, if I come in on this one... Okay, so you can't change the capacity. Let's see what else I got. That's cheap. I can get this one for 600. This one here is 64. Almost 65. The capacity is 8,011. We can change it into a bale wagon too. 11,200 for 7,990. But it's got no cover. That's the only thing. But I like that it turns into a bale trailer. What else do I have? 37. I got these iconic ones here. This one is 24. What's the capacity on it? 25. It's got a cover. 24,500. I might go with something like that. That's the one we had. Anything else is cheaper. 2,200 for this one. 2,700, 31. But no cover again. I want to have a cover. I got iconic ones twice. I gotta go in and delete one of the mods. I must have that mod twice put in my folder. 2 different versions probably. Yeah, so I can go with that one, but that's the cheap one. I don't want to use that. That's like 500,000 liters. Right. But yeah, we're not going to be using that. It's too big anyway. So 26,959. Let's go over to the shop and see if we can sell it for a higher price. And we'll see what we'll get. We'll get something cheaper. Yeah, I got a lot of mods from Papa's site, as you can see. A lot of them are from there. But I'm actually liking where we are now. I can almost afford to get some kind of maybe a small animal paddock. Maybe even a small chicken coop, and we can start selling the eggs. Now I got the mod now where you got to give the chickens water and everything, so I forget what it's called now. It's called Animal Enhancer or something like that. We got every tractor going on today, and we actually got a lease tractor as well, so every one of them are working. We'll drop this off here so we can return it. And what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to push these out of the way. You can hear the horsepower being used now. We'll throw them over by the dumpster because I bet you the store's getting mad that we got our products left here at the store. We're going to have to eventually come over and get them picked up. Now let's jump out and sell that. Then we're going to go in and put our tires back on. Alright, so let's sell it. So we're getting a little bit more by selling it here at the shop. Okay, that's gone. Let's go in and put our tires back on. We'll get our good tires put back on so we can get some more things done. I actually like this. This lift actually works. I don't know if anyone saw it before, but the lift actually works. But the only downfall on the lift is when you go to lower the lift, the tractor stays up there. I'll show you now. Let's put our tires back on. The ones that are not going to cost us anything. We had the ones with the wheel weights. That's the ones I had. Customize. Yep. Now let's bring the lift back down. And our tractor stays up there. So now we have to get in, and then once we start it and start to move, it'll drop. There we go. Now every time you customize a tractor, it's almost like you're buying it over again, so you have to go in and fool around with course play. Now, I'm wondering if this tractor can handle that baler. We're going to give it a shot. It'll be able to do the windrowing for sure. But I'm going to try to go over and see if it'll do the baling. And then we can move the John Deere over to the other field to start windrowing that one and baling it up. Or actually, we might not be able to bale that one up yet because we might have to turn that field into hay. Alright, let's give it a shot now, see what happens. It should be able to handle it though. Yeah, I know, it's reserved. Now, I'm not sure if I got the mod in here. Oh, I never thought about that. I should have went across the field. Because this is a hill, and all these bales are going to roll down to the road. Guaranteed. Oh well. I guess we're going to have some traffic piled up for a while. I never thought about that. Well, looks like our other field is all cut and ready to be windrowed. Some people call it a windrower, some people call it a rake. Yeah, this will work just fine. How you doing, Jeff? Just give me a second there, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. How was the weather down in New Zealand today, Jeff? Now, I thought that bale was going to roll right down to the road, but I guess it didn't. It'll roll so far, I guess. They finally fixed that in 19. I remember in 17, man, that the bales would just keep on rolling. It's like it never picked up any friction from the ground whatsoever. Some of that grass is off of the property line, so it won't let me pick it up. But that's okay. We should still have enough to be able to finish the contracts off. I'm just a bit worried on that very last row I did over on the other side. Well, is it going to pick it up? Because it's a little bit off the property line. That bale is rolling though. I don't care as long as the high grass down on bottom stops them from going out onto the road. Okay, glad it's a nice day down there. I just keep on forgetting where you guys are in the southern hemisphere in New Zealand. You guys are in winter now. You guys are in your winter months. Do you guys get any or a lot of snow in New Zealand? I know there's a lot of mountain ranges in New Zealand. I know that because Lord of the Rings movies were all done in New Zealand, and you can see the scenery in that is there in that country. So I bet you there's a lot of snow in them mountain ranges. Yeah, I figured that. I remember when I was young, we used to get a lot of snow. But now, the amount of snow we get now is not as much anymore. And it seems like every year it's less and less snow all the time. I guess that's global warming, I guess. Now, the only thing I got to watch with these baling contracts is I put silage on the right fields, because I think we have 2 fields that are requiring silage and 2 for hay, so I gotta watch that. Now I checked this field, I know this one is silage, so that's why I'm baling it up now, and then we'll get the bale wrapper, and we'll wrap all this one and the other field that requires silage bales up all at the same time so we can return it. So that's a cost that we're going to have to take outside of this contract, because the contract that I borrowed the equipment from was for hay. And I'm glad I did it that way, because when I looked at the prices, it's actually cheaper. I got a baler in there that is cheaper to rent or lease than all of the tedders. No snow yet on the farm? That's good. The longer it stays away, the better, eh? Best thing about doing this one now, all of our bales are going to be down bottom, so we don't have to keep on going up the hill to wrap them. Now I'm also using a mod in here now that once the baler is full, it automatically stops my tractor. Even with my foot on the throttle, it'll stop my tractor, it unloads the bale for me, and then once it's ready to go, it'll start moving again. So that's pretty cool. Now if I keep my foot pressed down on the throttle, it won't go. I have to release my foot off the throttle and start it up again. But I tell you, by doing it this way, you don't miss any grass whatsoever, except for the stuff that I miss my own self, you know. I wish there was a way to get rid of all them little warnings that come up when you're not on the field. I know I'm not on the field. I know I can't pick it up. You don't need to tell me every time I do it. So we pretty much got this field just about done. Won't take much longer to get this baled up. Then we can move on to the next field. The next field is actually completed with the mowing. So we'll move the mower off to the next grass field, and we will move the John Deere over to field 59. Now I know baling you can't use a worker on, so I'll do this myself. And I got to remember to buy a tipper, because we need a tipper for our grains. probably forget to do that, and that's not really good. Start spending money on everything else, and then when we need a tipper, I won't have no money to put anything in. Alright guys, I'm just going to take a quick break. I'm going to go make myself a coffee and I'll be right back. So just bear with me and I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Thanks for waiting there for me. Is that still picking up the grass? Yeah, it is. That bale's in the way, so I'm going to have to move it. Oh yes, I love my coffee. Oh. I love my coffee. Now, my wife, she's not ever had a cup of coffee in her life. And I say if I gave her a sip of my coffee, she would throw it up. She has a scatter cup of tea every now and again. But she's not ever had a cup of coffee. And me, on the other hand, I can drink 12, 13 cups of coffee a day. Here in Canada, we have a coffee shop called Tim Hortons, and every couple of minutes I look at my wife and I say, I'm on my way to Tim Hortons to get a coffee. Yeah, I like my coffee. Now, most people drink coffee. It keeps them awake. Sometimes I can drink coffee I can have a cup of coffee just before I go to bed. And she looks at me, she says, I don't understand it, you know. Coffee got caffeine in it and it's supposed to keep you awake. And you can just finish a cup of coffee and go to sleep right away. Yeah, I think if I had any more than 12, I'd be a diabetic or something. Because I like a little bit of sugar in my coffee. And if I hadn't, I mean, some days I'll have one or two, some days I'll have more. Yeah, that's like me. Like, I'm so used to drinking. Oh, thank you for the follow there on Twitch there, Red Moon 419. Like, Tim Hortons has their regular blend, which I like. But every now and again, if you get the wrong person making your coffee, they give you... It's their bold flavor, and it's really, really bitter. And it's gross. I don't like it. Now, here at our house, I have a Keurig, so I go out and there's a couple of different brands that I like that I'll get. A bag of coffee that cost you over $100 to get. So over £100. That's a lot of money for a coffee. So how many pots or how many cups of coffee can you get out of that one bag? That's my question. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, well, that's dumping that bale out. And it looks like the rain has stopped here. I just noticed that. Yeah, lay that down. Let's put it in gear. I gotta start the engine first, it'll be helpful. And let's get this tractor out of the way. Try to keep it on the edge of the field there, so make sure we get it. So now we can fold this up. We don't need to use this no more here. I'm not even going to go around and pick up that little bit, unless I got almost a full bale and we need a little bit more to fill up that baler. I'll go around and collect these little tiny little pieces, but other than that, it's not worth it. No, I think... I'm not sure what the most coffee in one day I drank. Guaranteed it was not 20, maybe 10 or 11 in one day. So let's see if we got enough around this field to get one more bale out of this. Probably not. I'm hoping this little big bit over here is going to do it, but I doubt it. And see, I can't get the stuff on the edge of the field. It won't let me pick it up. But the only thing is when we go to the next field, we'll still have the grass in the baler. So eventually, towards the end, we'll still have the same amount of bales, and we get all the extra ones for income anyway. Now, is there any more around on the field that is a fair size? A little bit here and a little bit up top there. I might be able to get some of that. Oh, I just saw a nice swath of it then. I'll have to come back and get that. So we're at 60% filled right now. We might have enough on the field to get another bale. And a bit here, and there was a little bit more up top over there. Yeah, over 100 quid for a bag of coffee, man. That's expensive. That's what I like. I like getting the hard coffee beans and grinding it up yourself. Yeah, see, it won't let me pick that up. So I should have been careful when I was doing that, when I was windrowing it. But with that windrower, see, it won't even let me get that because it's just on the edge of the field. Maybe that little bit here, but I don't think it'll let me pick that up either. It was already down here, and it's outside the edge of the field, so it might not. Oh yeah, it won't let me get it. Come on, get out of the way, baler. Get out of the way, bale. Oh my god, we're so close. 77%. Little tiny bits. It's not going to make enough anyway, so... So what we'll do now is we'll go in and we'll have a look and see what other field was silage. And I'm hoping it's the field that we have done. So that way we can go over and get that done. Then we can get all the silage done and out of the way. So if I go into the contracts, field 60 was silage. Field 6 is... Okay, so they want you to dry. So that's hay bales on field 6. 59, that's the one we just finished over there. That is dry it. So that's going to be hay bales. And I think there's one more big field of baling that we picked up, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one right here, field 51. And... No, that is drawing it too. So this is the only field that we got that we need silage bales from. Okay, so we just finished 59 over here. So that's cut. So now we've got to find field 51. That's that big field up here. So we can actually... Well, no, we got to cut it first. So we're going to have to run down here. So I'll take the John Deere. And we'll bring that down here with the windrower, and then we'll come back up here. We'll grab the mower and we'll bring it up to 51. Then we can come over here and start doing the silage. Turn them into silage bales, and then we can return the silage baler. And we'll go from there. Then we got to deliver it all. So I'm going to have to lease a trailer. So I'll probably use one from the Anderson DLC. I think there's one that carries 24 round bales. So we'll lease that, and hopefully by the time we get all this done, with all the leasing costs and that, where I'm sharing all the equipment on all these contracts, that it will still be in the money. I suppose I could, yeah. Yeah, I never thought of that. I could rake it back onto the field. Yeah. But I think I'll get enough bales there anyway, because you don't really have to use all the bales to get that to work. Because usually there's a couple of bales left over that you get to sell for yourself. Now the only thing is, it's too bad a worker wouldn't work with this. So we'll have to do this ourselves. So let's get it on, fold it. That's what I'll do though, when I go to bale it, all the stuff that's off the field, I'll rake it back onto the field. What I should do is just keep on going around in circles so it all stays on the field. So if I keep on going around in a circle and end up in the middle, all them little bits there, I'll get them after. It's nice how he got out of the way and parked off to the side. That's cool. Usually it stops right in the middle of the field, or wherever it finished. That actually looked like it just got out of my way. That is perfect. So try to keep it right on the edge there. So yeah, if I just keep on going around in a circle like this, getting every little bit, we will have everything on the field anyway. Except for that first little tiny bit there at the beginning. Thanks for that, Jeff. I never thought about that, actually. Hey Wayne, how you doing? Welcome, buddy. Welcome. How was your shopping spree? Tony told me you were out shopping. Imagine, Tony lives all the way over in the UK, and he knows exactly what you're doing all the time, man. I picked up some baling contracts, Wayne. So what I did was I leased the equipment on one of the baling contracts. I accepted all of the others. So I'm going to use all the equipment on all the fields and do it in stages. Yeah, it's getting late his time now. What time is it over there now, Tony? Geez, it must be getting close to 2 a.m. now, or 2:30. Look at my lovely, beautiful straight lines. One thing about doing it this way, you do miss a bit on the corners, but that's alright. We can still pick that up with the baler when we bring the baler over. Oh, I was actually supposed to turn this over, but I should still be able to turn it over with the tether. I never thought about that, I forgot. Just hope I don't have to windrow it all over again. I probably will. What am I doing? Making some really weird designs. So yeah, if the tetherer spreads it out a bit, we might have to tidy it up a bit. So when I do the next grass field that needs to be tedded, I will do the tedding first. I'm going to actually make myself sick going around in circles like this. Sorry, I can straighten it all up right here now, see? There we go. One last little swath right here. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure when we use the tether, it will keep them in the nice little swaths. It might spread it out a little bit, but not too much. Alright, there's that field almost ready to go. Now we can leave that here, and we'll jump out and we'll bring that mower up and get the worker working on the next field. And then we can get back to work with the silage bales, get that part done and over with, and we can return the silage wrapper. The bale wrapper. Now let's fold this up and let's head out. So we got to go up to the top part of the map. To field number 51. Yeah, he was telling me he's going through all the mods he's got, and he's going to get rid of some of them. And like I was saying, there's no sense of having mods in there if you're not using them. But I gotta go through this one because I got mods that are doubled. So I need to go get rid of all the doubles. I'll just look at the version numbers on each one and keep the latest version. Like I've noticed so far, I got some iconic trailers, and I got doubles of them. Oh, you've got a storyline for how your farm is going to go. Are you going to start streaming it or recording it and putting it up, or... I hope you start streaming it. I'd watch. Alright, there's 51 there, so it's not too far. We can run back and finish the silage bales. Nice that there's a way in. I was hoping that there was going to be a way in here. And this is a huge field. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to miss a little bit right here because I want to get this lined up nice. And I'm just going to hire a worker. And let the worker look after that. And we will run back, and we need to go over and lease a silage bale wrapper. And we'll come over and get these bales all bundled up and ready to make silage out of. Now, I don't know if you got to leave it for a while until it actually turns into silage before you can actually sell them. Now, let's get in the tractor. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually bring the baler over to our other field, and at least it'll be over there. And then we'll come back and we'll get the wrapper. Now, the other fields, we don't need to worry about wrapping them up and that, so it's just get it dried up and get them baled up and delivered. Now, I'm hoping all the bales have to go to the same place. If not, I got to be very careful. I got to do field by field where the bales go. Yeah, something like what I'm doing here. Like, I'm not really role-playing it. but I'm keeping it realistic. Now, I started doing a series on Farming Simulator 17. I'm sure you're aware of it. I'm sure you've seen them. Now, that one I'm role-playing. That's the one... I think the map that I'm doing on that one is the Valley of the Old Farm. Alright, so let's drop our baler off right here. Yeah, that's role-playing. That's the one where I got the farm from my great uncle or whatnot, and I'm carrying on his legacy. Now, I haven't done an episode on that in a while, but I've been having issues with FS17 and my steering wheel, so I got to get that figured out and get back at that series, do some more recordings on it. I really enjoy it, actually. Yeah, it's like... I like doing the role-playing as well because it's a storyline. You know, so you're not just going in and talking about what we're doing here now and all that. You're actually telling a story as you are playing the game. And it makes it a lot of fun, actually. Right, that's the one. That's my series where I incorporated Flight Simulator into it. When I flew from where I was at the beginning and flew to the village, the Valley of the Old Farm, where the farm was owned, where my great uncle owned the farm. So it's like we had to travel to go there. All right, let's go in here. I'm going to purchase two things now while I'm in here. I'm going to lease one. So we're going to lease a wrapper. So where's baling technology? And I had a very cheap one in here. I hope it works good. And that's this one here. I might actually just go with this one. I don't trust this one. Well, that's the same creator, though. Right? That's only 153 pounds to lease. No, I'll go this way. I'm used to baling with this kind. I'm not even changing the color, so let's lease that. I will change the foil color, though. Represent. Team Purple, man. Team Purple all the way. Alright, so we now have that. Now I'm going to buy my tipper now before I forget it, because I'm going to forget it. So I think the one I'm actually going to go with is... Where is it? It's the iconic one. Or what's this one here? This one is 20. Yeah, there's no roof to that one. There's no... I'm definitely not getting that one. I hate the one with the wheels on the front. So this one holds 25,000 liters. That'll be good enough, and it holds everything. It holds everything. We'll keep everything the same. I might change the color. No, no, that's the John Deere color. I'll put the John Deere rims on it. And we'll go make sure it is John Deere. And the design color, we'll put a nice black top on it. That looks cool. And we are going to buy that. So now we have one that I can store stuff in. And it's the perfect size for this farm. The perfect size. Now let's get this bale wrapper attached, and we'll go over and get that silage started being made. And then we can go and we'll come back here, then we'll return the silage wrapper. Bale wrapper. I call it a silage wrapper, but it's a bale wrapper. And we'll bring the tedder over and we'll get that grass turned over. And then by that time, that other big field should be done. Now, let's unfold this and let's start making some silage bales. Okay, look at that. That actually got... Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, tabbing into vehicles, you can go anywhere. You know, you can go anywhere and you could be anywhere on the map, and realistically, you can't just tab into a vehicle, so I try to keep it realistic as possible. So if we need to get to a vehicle, well, we're running for it. Until they can incorporate a taxi service into the game, I'm running. Now, see, when I'm doing this kind of jobs on my recordings, this is where I would normally do a time lapse, because it's just rinse and repeat. You do one, you've seen it all. Okay, that's enough wrap on it. But that wrap bale looks pretty cool, man. I like that. See what happened, Wayne? I was on a hill, so they all rolled down to the bottom, which was pretty cool. But they're all close together. That's the only thing. I actually like that he got like the icon on it there to say. What does it say? It's BA3. Like, that is cool. I like that, man. I don't know where I got that mod to. And a lot of more different variety and color too on the wrappings. Yeah, I know. The label shows up. Soon as it picks it up, it puts the label on it. That's the unfortunate part, but you know what? It's still cool. Just watch. As soon as I pick it up, the label goes on it. As soon as you put it on. Or, wait, no. As soon as it starts. There you go. There's the label. I guess he couldn't incorporate it. That should have been the very last thing to come in. Maybe it's just a timing issue. Maybe the person who did the mod here can go back in and look at the timing issue and see if he can change the time on when that label comes on. Only thing about this is I don't have the auto unload on this, so I got to keep on pressing Y in order to unload them. Yeah. As soon as it starts wrapping, the label comes on. So I think he needs to edit the XML file to say, once the baling wrapping performs, then drop the label on it. Oh, I know. Papa will fix it for sure. I might be able to go in and play around with it too and fix it, because it's only a timing issue when you want the label to show up. Alright, come on, hurry up. That's the worst thing. The wrapping takes forever. We got, I don't know how many bales is here, but there's quite a few. That's the best thing about the other grass fields. We don't need to wrap them, so. And this is why I don't like doing the baling contracts, but right now they're the ones that are making most money for completing, so that's why I went and decided to do them. And probably regret doing it. I mean, we're what? 2 hours into this stream and all we've done is bale. Cut grass, bale. Cut more grass, bale. Alright, man. See you when you get back, Wayne. just give me a minute there, guys. I'm going to mute my mic there. I got to answer my phone, and I'll be right back. I'll still continue playing, but I'll be back soon as I can. Just give me a second. Alright, I'm back. Thanks for waiting, guys. Sorry about that. So we're slowly getting through them. I think I just counted. We got 16 more bales to wrap. So hopefully now we'll make a little bit of money on extra bales that we don't need to turn in. And I'm negotiating right yet. Should I hold on to a couple of them for if we ever get cows? But you know what? There's lots of grassland around, and I can even plant a little bit of grass on the farm if we need grass to make some silage bales. Right now, money is what we need, so I'll probably end up selling them, making a bit of a profit on them. Oh, I'm so glad this is the only field I need to wrap the bales. So with the other ones, it's just, once we get them all baled up, we can just load them up and go with them. Okay, let's get the next one. Just move a little bit closer to each one, and I'll have to come back and get the other ones. Now what I like about this is when it actually flips it over, it puts it down on its flat, so it's not going to roll on us. I actually like that. But then when we get the auto-load trailer is going to flip them back over on the other side. So... Alright, just having a look over at my stream quality to make sure that it's still good in the green and that, and it is, so that's good. So when you guys are watching it live there, what's the quality like? Like, I mean, I see it on my screen, but I don't actually watch it, so is it fairly good quality for you guys? We're slowly getting through them all. We'll just leave them here on the field then until we're ready to deliver them, because we're going to have to... They gave us a little thing. They gave us 2 little things there. You can put 1 bale on the back, 1 on the front. And that's all you can carry, so that's not good enough. So I'm just going to lease one of the Anderson. Actually, I should see what the lease price on that is. Well, that's wrapping. Oh, wrong menu. So if we go into baling technology, and if the Anderson one is too much, I'll get one of the other ones. So here's the Anderson one. If we were to lease that, 2,500, that's not bad for an hour. It won't take us no more than an hour to get them all done. So that's not a bad price at all. Okay, yeah. I noticed that sometimes too, like when I watch them back. Every now and again you get little blurry sections, but I think every stream that I ever watched with anyone, there's always a little moment when there's a blur. But as long as you can see the majority of it, that's what counts, I guess. We'll see how that flips it over. Oh, okay, so it just drops them off like that. That's cool. This is the boring part of baling. Wrapping them up. They should have gave us a baler that got the wrapper right on it, so as soon as it comes out, it wraps it up. But no, they didn't give us that technology. Don't roll away on me. Grab that one and swing around again. Yeah, true. As soon as you go near it, it rolls. And I don't even touch it. Alright, let's swing up and get this one so we don't have to come all the way back across the field again. This time I'm going to stay away from it until I'm ready to go pick it up. So what do we got left? We got the one there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. That's a lot of bales for this field, though. So we should make quite a bit of extra. I think they call it harvesting income. Now let's swing around once more, and we'll get in line with these last few down here on the bottom. How's the sound quality, Wayne? Or Tony? Like, is the game volume too loud? Is it too low? Is my mic volume too loud, too low? Sounds great. Perfect. Thanks, man. My God, I didn't think I'd ever get this finished, but we're almost there. How's our mower going over there? Looks like it's got... I think that's the field just right there. Looks like it's done. Oh, thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, I remember when I first started doing YouTube videos, I had a USB mic. Now this one here is an XLR mic, I think they call it. So it's a better quality microphone. I found with the USB mic it sounds a little bit hollow and there's a lot of background noise. And since I started using this mic that I'm using now, the sound quality is a lot better. Alright, we're just about done, guys. We'll get through this boredom. And then we get to do it all over again. Now we don't have to wrap the bales no more, thank God. But we do have to flip it over and dry it out a bit. Okay. Yeah, the one I got, it goes into... The one I got, it's a Rode NS-1. It came with the shock absorber cartridge. So it's basically held up with a bunch of elastics. So that way it minimizes the vibration. And, come on, get in the... Why are you not picking that up? There we go. So yeah, as I was saying, it comes with the pop filter. I got it on a mic stand, and it plugs into a power unit. Then that plugs into my computer via USB. It's a pretty good quality microphone, I must say. Actually, I remember when I first started, I was using my headset microphone. That's what I was using. Then I got another one. It was called an M-Uber. Or M-Audio Uber microphone. It was a USB. It was almost like the Blue Yeti. But apparently, well, the Blue Yeti is a bit better quality than what I had. You use a Blue Yeti, Tony, or an M-Audio Uber? You know what? Some headsets sound really great, actually. If you got a good quality headset, it can sound pretty great. Alright, let's get this returned so we don't have to pay no more leasing charges on it. Now, I'm not going to pick up the bale trailer yet. I'll make sure that we got all the bales ready to go, so that way it'll just be continuously going, getting them and selling them. Alright, let's drop that off. I'm not going to run into the shop. I can actually just do it from my main menu here. It's only returning the leased item anyway, so... Now we can go over and start flipping our grass over and getting it dried out. Yeah, I've heard yours, Wayne. It's yours sounds pretty good, I must say. Clear, anyway. You know, at least you can hear what you're saying. Some people use their USB headsets and whatnot, and it's really choppy and echoey and all that. At least yours is not echoey. I forgot to do that. I gotta stop and do that right now, because if not, I'm going to be charged more if it's over an hour. So let's go into our garage, our leased items, and let's return this. Alright guys, bang right into me, why don't you? Now, hopefully, this will just keep it in a nice swath that I already made. I forgot to turn it over before I actually made my nice swaths. This is probably going to split it up a bit. Make it harder for the baler to actually pick it all up at one time. Looks like we're going to have a lot of harvesting contracts coming up now soon too. I can see a lot of fields are ready to be harvested. Some are still in the growth stage. Alright. We'll test this first one out and see how it goes. Yeah, it's spreading it out a bit. But the baler might be able to pick it up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a worker to follow me. So we'll get the other tractor's over there in the other field. So we'll get the John Deere. We'll drop this windrower off and hook up to the baler. Try to, what's the old saying? We'll kill two birds with one stone. Even though I would never kill a bird. Something I've never done in my life, hunting. My wife and I, we're animal lovers. We would never hunt an animal. Alright, let's see if we can get it all picked up at one time. Nope, drop that down. Start. Oh, let's put it in forward, not reverse. Now, it's not going to pick up this little bit at the beginning because it's not on the field, so we'll have to come back and get that. Wow, that's a lot right off the bat. Oh, yeah, we already had almost a full one. That's right. Okay, now let's see if I can remember my key commands on following. There we go. Distance ahead 40. That should be enough. We can jump out now and we'll get into a front tractor. We'll just have to keep an eye, make sure that the tractor behind us is keeping up with us. You know, and it's picking it up, all of it too, so that's good. So this is going to work out just fine. It'll pick up a majority of it anyway. It should be enough for us to sell. The only thing I got to remember to do is keep my tractor in the center of the swath, because that's how the baler is going to line up with me, is centered. And then whatever we miss, we can always go back and pick up after anyway. Oh, you're missing keys on your laptop, yeah. Well, I think what all I use is Control and F just to follow me. I don't really mess with the offsets and all that yet. I had no need to, but usually when I do offsets like that, I usually do it in course play. That's where you lose a lot of it, is when you're making your turns. It throws it right off to the sides. I had to keep on remembering to look back because that tractor is going to stop every now and again to release its bale. It's keeping up with us though, and it's getting pretty much all of it. So that's not too bad. We are going to have to come back and pick up a little bit of it, but I don't mind that. That's the only thing, it don't tell you how many exact bales you need to deliver to finish the contract. So you just hope that you got enough by the time you're done. Now, like I said, it usually does have extras left over, so I think we'll be okay. Have a look there now, make sure the bale are still following us. Yep. Gone from 460 mods down to 120. Wow, that's a big difference. I can promise you when you go back on the server, you're going to see that it's going to run a lot smoother as well, with less lag and better frame rates, because it's going to free up so much memory on your computer. It's going to be funny, trust me. Alright, let's come in here. This is where we made that weird turn, so might just have to play with the baler a bit at the end and pick up the loose bits. Come down here and get this little bit. I'll make a wide turn. The baler will pick up some of that as we're going. And then I can get back on track again. Make sure that we get every bit of it turned over. Yeah, as long as you got your main ones that you're using all the time, for sure. And the thing is once you get on and you find you need something else, it's only easy to add it back. Add something back in. Now I'm just making a mess of everything. I might as well go up and get this bit. I'm probably going to get the windrower out again and make a nice swath out of what's left here. Be a lot easier. Alright. Just this little tiny bit left here now, and yeah, look at all the stuff that's left over. I got him going all over the place. He might get stuck now shortly, because I'm gone way ahead. Alright, Tony, man. I'll see you when you get back. I can't remember what way I went, so I better stay out of his way. There you go. I'll move. I'll move. Let's fold this up. Now see if I can drop it without fooling up that John Deere. Would be great. It's probably going to... John Deere's probably going to bang into it. So we'll probably have to stop the worker. I'm going to get the windrower out again and tidy up the rest of what's left there. Because there's still a nice bit left there that we're not actually picking up, and I want to make sure that we get enough to fulfill the contract. Now, let's see what that worker's going to do. I'm going to pop out, actually, and stop the worker. Control F. That's stopped. Now, I'm not sure if the baler's still going, but let's check it out. Yep. See, I mean, I can go around like that, but it'll take forever. I got a little bit of grass left here, so I'm just hoping that I can get a bit of hay brought in first. Pick up that grass. Hopefully it'll convert back to hay, which it did. Come on, get out of the way. I'm driving right over. I'm going to get stuck now. You watch. Yep. Come on. Get out of the way. That's the worst now. I got all the bales out in the field. Going to have to go around and pick up the little bits. What I might do is just go off and sell what we got and see if we have enough to fulfill the contract. I'm not worried about all this extra stuff. So I know now on my next field we're going to toss it before we actually windrow it. Yeah, I got lucky. I'm usually lucky. I would have stayed there for an hour trying to get it unstuck rather than reset it. What I'll do is I'll continue going around and getting these little tiny extras here until we get at least one more bale, and I think we should have enough to fulfill the contract. Because by looking at it, by the time we get one more bale, we're probably going to have most of it picked up. And hopefully now, that other grass field, that should be mowed all the way now. So I undid the tether for no reason. I could have kept that on that tractor. Yeah, this is a pain to go around with these little tiny pieces. Quite a bit up here. Maybe this might fill the baler up. What are we at? We're at 44%. See what we can get over here. Just keep on going around in circles and we'll get it all eventually. You know what, guys? I think that's enough. What do you think, Wayne? You think that's enough to finish this contract? If I actually go in and look, we got about 10 or 11 bales out of it. I think that's the best kind. So let's jump over into the other tractor. Maybe... Because, I mean, it's only little tiny bits, so it's not really... It's just going to put it in a line for me. And it's still going to be all over the place. Now, I'm hoping I can hook up to the front of that. Aha! I think I might have just figured something out. Yes, I can hook up to the front. And I can toss the field and windrow it at the same time. So we'll go over to the other field. Yeah, just let me go look at that, actually. So if I go to our contracts, that was field 51. Or, no, 51 is the big one. So that was field 59. 20%, but a lot of it actually comes from dropping the bales off. I'm hoping we have enough. But if we got any extra from the other fields as well, they'll count as long as they go to the same drop-off point. And if not, if it don't finish it, then I'm going to have to go back and windrow it and pick it up. I mean, I'm only going to get one more bale out of what's there. Oh, yeah, they'll expect it all the time. It's strange to actually see me doing work without using workers a lot. Well, I do quite a bit of workers on it, though. You do pay for them, though. And I mean, it's realistic. I mean, someone running a farm, they got workers hired to help them. Uh-oh. Hey, Dragon, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, my light bulb moment. Tedder and windrow at the same time. I'm just hoping it's going to work. So, let's start unfolding everything. The only thing, I'm going to have to watch the offset of the windrower that is not putting grass in with the hay. That's the only thing. Oh, so let's start that up, and then we'll unfold our windrower and drop that down. So let's see what happens now. No, this tractor don't have the power. This tractor don't have the power to do it. Oh well. I knew it was a long shot anyway. It won't take much longer anyway to get it all done the way we were doing it. So let's fold that back up. And then we'll drop it here. And then I'm going to have to hook up to the windrower from the back part. Okay, so maybe if I lift it, it'll work better for me. Now, I don't know if it's going to let me drop it in this state. Yep. Less fooling around. I don't have to unfold it again. I can just grab it and start it up again. Yeah, it was a nice thought. Now, you know what? I think the John Deere would be able to do it. Oh, excuse me. It's just this tractor here got no power whatsoever. It's only running 140 odd horsepower. Now, if I brought the John Deere over, it would probably do it. Excuse me again. No. Oh, look at that. I can hire a worker. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Because now I can jump out. And I'll run over and grab our leased tractor. And I can come behind it with the windrower. And run over and grab the John Deere and have the John Deere follow behind me. Yeah, like the John Deere is a bigger tractor, so I bet you it would be able to handle it. I bet you even this case, this is a Puma 200, so it's got a bit more horsepower than that other one. That would probably be able to handle it as well, Dragon. Now, let's fold up our mower. Why are you not going into forward when I ask you to? This is a big field, man. Look at this field. No wonder why I'm going to get 11,000 pounds for doing this contract. So I'll bring the John Deere over. We're going to need to bring the baler over anyway. I'm going to check to see the baler might act. Nah, I'll windrow it. I don't want to run into the same problem we had over on the other field. So I will get this off to the last field that we have to cut. Now that is field. So we got 60 done. So it'll be field number 6. Because we got 59 done and we're working, this one here is field 51. So now where is field 6? Way over here. Alright. That's good anyway, because we got to go get the John Deere anyway, so. Let's, no, wrong button. Let's put the lights on. Put the beacon lights on, let everybody know we're on the road. Yeah, before I went on, I actually went on to see if you were streaming, but I never saw you, so I decided to come on. Took a day off, did you? This is actually my second stream now today. I did one earlier this morning, actually. Oh, and I know you're an American, Dragon, so happy 4th of July. Oh yeah, fireplace, or fireworks all over, and dogs don't like fireworks, that's for sure. Now, you know, my dog, there can be fireworks going on, as long as they're outside and she's inside, she's the best kind that don't bother her. But now, we had fireworks there the other night on actually the night before July 1st. Some of the neighbors had fireworks going off. And she was out on the patio, and she did not like it at all. But it seems like it don't bother her when she's in the house. Now, where is this field 6? Let's bring up the big map again so I don't get lost. Okay, so it's just our big turnoff that's just down here. The one I'm used to. Then we'll run over and grab that John Deere and we'll get the baler up to the other field. Another big field to do, huh? So let's get this unfolded now. Get it ready to be lined up. There we go. Now let's hit that hire worker. Let him do the job. Oh, wrong button. Let's pop out. Don't run over us. And we'll go back and get that John Deere and get up to the other field and start. I'll use the John Deere for windrowing, and then we can use the other one for baling, or it don't matter. A multiplayer stream tomorrow, yeah, well, I wouldn't mind joining. I got all the mods and that, so we got. Would it be during the daytime or after Nick's, or because we got Nick's tomorrow evening? Okay, yeah. If I read what you said, I would have known. Yeah, after Nick's. Yeah, I want to get on and try that map that you got, Midwest Horizon. I forgot that I downloaded all the mods for your server, and I said, where am I going to get that map to? But I got the map. Let's run across where... Oh, where is our little John Deere? Yeah, exactly. That's the way I am. Sometimes, you know, you... See, that's why I don't really schedule streams, because if I schedule a stream to be a certain time and I know that anything can come up and you might not be able to make it, so I just usually stream whenever I get a chance, and you know, hopefully people that are interested have the little notification on so they get notified when I'm going live or when I put up a new video, right? Alright, let's get over and get this dropped off over to that field so we can get ready to do some work over there. Yeah, I know. Sometimes you get the notification, sometimes you don't. You know, and that's like when we go live with Nick the Hick, if I go in on his YouTube channel, I don't see the, you know, where you see the live stream and it says set reminder and all that. A lot of times I don't see that on Nick's, but everybody else does. It's weird. Oh, Dragon, I gotta show you, man. Look at the silage bales. Team Purple, but look at there's a label on it. The mod that I used, there's a label actually on the bales. It is cool. Alright, we get all of our equipment over here and get it ready. Actually, I'm going to move the baler up over on the other side because I'm going to have to be turning around down here. So that's what we'll do. We'll drop the baler right here. Alright, man, Dragon, thanks for dropping in. I really appreciate you dropping into the stream for a few minutes. Always good to see you here, man. We'll get this unfolded and reverse back into position. Now I'm going to let that other tractor do a little bit more before we actually start going, so we don't catch up with it too fast. And actually, while that's continuing, I'm going to jump in with it, and I am going to go make myself another coffee, and then I will be able to let you guys have something to watch while I'm gone, and I'll be right back. So just give me a moment and I'll be right back with you. Alright, I'm back. Just give me a sec. I gotta move the mic so you might hear a clunk. So let's see how everything is going. So, starting to get dark out there now. So we're going to jump out. Move out of the way, let that worker continue on now. And we'll run. Actually, I should have stayed in it and got the worker to drive me down to the bottom of the field. Now, too bad. I should have had the case over here too and get this field done first, because I could have had the case on the baler following behind us. But that's okay. We'll get it done. So now, hopefully, I got everything set to go here. Drop down our... Put it in gear. Might work a bit better. I have my donations disabled. I didn't know I had to enable them. Where's that to? On Twitch or on YouTube? Yeah, exactly, Tony. I'm what? I don't think I got anything set up for donations or anything yet. So I'm going to do it smart this time. Oh, okay, yeah. No, I don't got that set up yet. I'll have to set that up. Now, I guess for donations and that, I guess you have to set it up with a link it to a PayPal account or something. And that's probably why I don't even have a PayPal account set up or anything. Yeah, I'll look at that after the stream, actually. Thanks for letting me know. And I'll set that up. And if I got any questions, I'll ask you. Alright, let's throw a little bit more light here on the situation so we can see what we're doing. Okay, yeah, so I'll have to create a PayPal account as well. And then you just link your PayPal account to your donation stuff. Okay. Makes sense. But I appreciate you for letting me know, Wayne. I really do. Thank you. What are you burping for? I'm in on the field. I'm not even out on the road. Yeah, this is a lot better. This is what I should have done on the other field. I should have tossed it over first. Because now, once I get the baler attached, I'll just be able to get it all right away, rather than trying to pick up all the little bits. By lifting up the windrower at the right time, it's not leaving the field. It's not so bad when you're finishing your row, it's when you start your new row, you got to come in a little bit. So it's almost like you want to line up and then start as soon as you get lined up. Still going to be a little bit outside, but not as much as what I used to have. Yeah, I know. You know, but that'll come. That'll come, I think. They'll eventually put it with the hook lift trucks. Guaranteed. It is still in developer mode, so of course everything is not going to be completed until it's all done, but I guarantee it'll come. I'm going to try something different on the ends because I don't like having to back up. It takes too long. You know what? I don't mind losing that little tiny bit at the end. We can always rake it back on, like Jeff said earlier. I think that there's the boundary of when you're doing these contracts, knowing what implement you're using, they should extend the boundary for allowing you to pick it up more rather than just on the perimeter of the field. Like the whole boundary should go right out to the tip of the hedge. Sorry if it's really dark there, guys. I just don't want to stop this and have to go sleep just to get daylight. I'm half afraid to sleep that we might actually lose prices on our contracts. It seemed like when I let our contracts on the other cultivating and plowing, the prices actually dropped by extending multiple of them per day. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just thought they were more expensive than what they were offering. I can always go back and look at the videos to find out for sure. That bit there, that's fine there, I can pick that up. All right, Tony, man, you have a good night. I'm going to end the stream now very shortly anyway. We'll continue with these contracts tomorrow. I will be back on again tomorrow, probably twice again. I got another day off tomorrow, so probably do one in the late morning, early afternoon, and one again in the evening, depending on, but it'll probably be late evening because we got the stream with Nick, and then if Dragon decides to go on with his multiplayer stream, then we'll do that, and then I'll probably come on after that. And Wayne is at work tomorrow, but yeah, but see, if I do one tomorrow morning, you'll be at work. If I won't do one tomorrow evening, you should be home by then, so you'll be able to watch the second one. That's what I hate about this one, the radius on it of getting the swath. It's not very big. I like the ones where they unfold and they're like huge. Yeah, not a problem, man. I appreciate it, Tony. If I got any questions, I'll let you know, buddy. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks. Man, I don't think I'd ever be able to play this game anymore without a steering wheel. I don't think I would. I wouldn't enjoy it. Can you imagine trying to make some of them turns without slowing down with your keyboard? City Skylines, I got that game, man. I love that game. And I got all the DLCs with it, unless there's newer ones. I can't remember the last. I think the last DLC that I got was the... wasn't Green Cities, was it? No, it wasn't Green Cities. It was... I can't remember. Do you remember what the last DLC on that was, Wayne? I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. That's for sure. I used to watch two guys on YouTube play City Skylines. One was Sky Storm, and he still streams, but he don't do City Skylines much anymore. And the other one that I used to watch doing City Skylines was Biffa. They're the two I used to watch the most. There was one more, but I can't remember his YouTube name. Yeah, that's like me with City Skylines. I got so many mods, especially like when it comes to like your assets and that. I think I got like 14,000 assets downloaded. Like that's your Manhattan houses, buildings. Man, there's so much you can download. Walmart buildings, landscaping tools, everything. But I love that game. Starts off great. It starts off great, but you don't realize that a simple game like that, even like Farming Simulator here, once your city starts growing and growing and growing, the resources that you need on your computer are unreal. Like, I have a very powerful machine, and when I start getting up to about, I can't really recall the amount, but a couple of million in population, you can slowly start to see the frame rates come down. And as the city grows even more, the frame rates are, you know, by the time you get to a really big metropolis, the frame rates are that bad that it's not enjoyable anymore. That's the only thing about the end game, we'll call it. I used to watch this one guy, and like I said, I can't remember his YouTube name, but he did a map. He was doing, he wasn't really playing the game. He had the cheat mods in, the no cost and all that. And he was recreating Manhattan. And he had like mods that had all the Brooklyn buildings and Manhattan buildings and all the new World Trade Centers and all that. And man, what a job he did. What a job. Yeah, SimCity 5. I remember when SimCity first came out. It came out on, if I'm not mistaken, it came out on Nintendo. Or the Super Nintendo or whatever it was at the time. The very first original SimCity. And basically that's all City Skylines is. It's just a remake of SimCity. Just with better graphics. But the idea, the concepts, everything is the same. I don't even know. I don't know if it's the same creators that made SimCity did City Skylines. I don't think so, but yeah, me too. Me too. I remember the old Nintendo. My favorite game on Nintendo, man, was Super Mario Brothers. The very first Super Mario Brothers, and there was a cheat on level 3-1. And there used to be this staircase that you used to go up, and there was two turtles that used to come down the staircase, and you would have to jump over the first one and don't hit it, and then you would stand on the edge of the stair, and when the turtle came down in the right spot, if you got him in the right spot, you would just keep on bouncing up and down on him and knocking him over, and every time you knocked him over, it would give you another life. Loved it. And then, of course, my NHL games and all that, I played them over and over and over and over again, man. EA Sports, yeah. Now one of my favorite sports games, I play MLB The Show 2019. That's a really good game. I was playing it earlier today, man, and I remember when I finished the game, I ran out to my wife so excited. I was down 9-0 in the 6th inning. He was beating me 9-0, and I actually came back in that game and won 11-10. I couldn't believe it. Best game I've played on that in my life. Yeah, EA Sports did do all the SimCity games. Yeah, there's so much to it though. Like right now I'm trying to get through all the programs to unlock all the legends, the legend players. Now I do have a few so far. The latest one I got was Cal Ripken Jr. Rating 99, and he's got good stats. Who else do I got? I got Ian Kinsler. Kershaw is my best pitcher, and he's a legendary. I think they call them legendary or epics or whatever they are. Basically, your level 99s, which is the best you can get. But I still got a lot of work to go to get a lot of them. I want to get Ken Griffey Jr. I got Ken Griffey Sr. I got Ty Cobbs. I got Babe Ruth. Now, Ty Cobbs is a diamond player for me, and Babe Ruth that I got is a gold level player. Yeah, I did too. And my character, Morpheus Simulations, he is a diamond player now, so I got him through the program for center fielder. And I got him through the program. And he's a level 88 diamond. Alright, let's fold this up so we can turn this John Deere around and get that last swath done. And we'll drop this tetherer off down here, and we can hook the baler up to this tractor here and get the baling done. Alright. I'll drop the tetherer off on this side so it's not in the way of the baler. There we go. We'll get this hooked up and ready to go, and we'll go over and finish the last run on that field now. So I'm going to shut it down. I'll leave the lights on. I got another tractor up here in the field if I need to boost it if the battery dies. So I guess this is the biggest grass field that we had to do. But when we finish this one's going to give us almost 11,000 pounds. And we're doing good on money now with me selling off some of the equipment that and just made changes. You never saw, I don't know if you saw that, Wayne. Here, I'll go into the garage and show you. So what I ended up doing is I sold off the seeder that we had. So the first thing I did is I sold a tipper, and I got this one. It's a little bit smaller for carrying, but if we got to make 2 or 3 trips, I don't mind that. That don't bother me. I sold off the seeder I had, and I got this one here. The nice thing about this one is it does seed and fertilizer. And it was cheaper. I brought back our sprayer, and what I ended up going with is I went with this here. This does lime and fertilizer, and I got this weeder. So we have to make sure that what I was saying is when I go to do the fields and plant them, I'm going to stagger them a little bit so I can keep monitoring them, because we're going to have to get the weeds in the first stage. And the nice thing about this one is if we want, this one actually holds up to 3,000 liters of seed. So we can use this as a seeder. Now it only does the seeding, it won't do the fertilizing. And that's pretty much it. We know we got the cell tower. We're making money on that all the time. So it won't be long. We'll have that paid back. So we're almost one full day in since I bought it. So if you look at $250 per hour every day, after a while we'll start making money. Now, I want to check one more thing. So if I go in here and look at animals. Now, let's see. I want to go... Do I want to do chickens? I don't think I want to do chickens yet. I want to start off with horses. So the cheapest horse paddock we got, I believe, is $50,000, unless I got a modded one. So let's see what we got for a modded horse paddock. That's $50,000 there, and this one holds 12. Do I got any more? A large horse paddock, that's 55. I like that one, actually. And that holds 16 for 5,000 more. So maybe that's something. I don't want to buy it. I want to look at it. Cow. Horse stable here for 50,000. Now that only holds 8. But I got to look at how big it is too, because it has to fit on the farm. That means we'll probably have to. I mean, if that's the case, I'll get rid of the big field that we got there, that I made in the yard there, and we'll put it in there. Oh, get rid of that. I don't need that up. So at least now we know what we're going for anyway. At least with the horses, you know that you're going to make the money on them. After 10 days, I got the horse helper mod. And to me, that's not cheating. It's you're paying someone to look after your horses for you, so you do pay a fee. It's not like it's free. Alright, this is the last little bit we need to do, and then we can get at the baling. Yeah, like eventually I want to have all the animals on the farms here, and I'm going to use the multiple farm areas. Like there's a little farm area up by the Windmill Hill. There's another one over on the other side of the Windmill Hill, and have it like the main farm will be like our horse farm. Another one will be our cow farm. Another one will be a sheep farm. Right? I'm not really interested in the pigs because you don't make nothing on the pigs. Worthwhile. You know, like they reproduce very quickly. But there's so much work goes into them, it's almost like it's not worth it. Now, I'm going to see if I can straighten this up a bit here on the bottom. Get it closer to the field, we might be able to pick it up with the baler. See, I think the boundary should go right out to the hedge because it is one big piece of land. There you go, we can fold that up now. And that can be ready to be transported. I normally don't do this, but I'm going to because his crop is all withered away. You're not getting nothing from that. I'm just going to turn around in here. And we'll just park here on the side. Out of the way, people can still pull in. We'll shut the lights off on it. I'm almost tempted to use the John Deere on the baler. But no, this tractor's fine. This will handle it. Get into it. There you go. Now I think all I got to do is turn this on. I think it's already lowered. Yeah, it was already lowered, so this vehicle tool is reserved for contract work. Yeah, I know. We're on a contracted field. There we go. Now, let me put it on cruise control and see how that works. Alright, so as soon as it drops the bale, it allows us to go again. That's good. Yeah, I wouldn't do horses without the horse helper mod. I mean, I don't mind riding them, but it takes forever, especially if you got like 16 horses. It would take you your whole day episode to walk every horse to get its exercise in. So at least with the horse helper mod, you still got to feed them. Unless you got that other mod that feeds all your animals for you. But you still got to feed them. You still got to clean up after them. The only thing you don't have to do is you don't have to do their daily walking. And you get workers to do that. And then you pay a fee for the workers to walk each and every horse. So I think it's a great mod. Now I just want someone to create a mod that allows you, when you save your game, it puts you in the place when you come back in your game. It's in the contractor mod, but the only thing about the contractor mod, I'd have to have other contractors in, because it wouldn't allow me to... I'm doing too much talking. I banged into the hedge. It wouldn't allow me to use a worker and just have one contractor. I had to be in the tractor in order for it to work. So I didn't like that aspect of it, so I took the contractor mod out of here, because I'm going to be using more than one worker at a time sometimes. And then I want to be able to do things as well. So hopefully someone will... Well, there was one in 17. I forget the name of it. So, I mean, I don't know if it can be converted over. All you're doing is just basically... You had to be rolling in my way, didn't you? I'm going to have enough work, so I'll have all worker fed. Yeah, exactly. On a big map, you're going to have that much work that having the workers feed your animals is going to be a big help, because you're going to be busy doing everything else. See, on this map, it's small, so, I mean, even if you do have animals in that, you're not going to have a lot of them, and the fields are so small to harvest anyway. I mean, this is probably going to be the biggest job that we're doing, but you got to realize we're doing 4 big fields here on baling contracts. I mean, we're at this now 3 hours and 20 minutes into the stream, and this is all we've been doing. And we're probably not going to finish it in this stream, so we're going to have to continue with it tomorrow. But I don't mind. It's all for a bit of fun. Let me get a bit of this out of the way. See if it'll pick it up, actually. The only thing is when it's full, it's going to put a bale right in my way. But it might not even fill up enough to get a bale. There you go. Throw it right in the corner there. Now, do I have enough room to turn around here? Yep. See, that's what it says. So if I come out here, it won't actually pick it up. See, that boundary should go all the way to that hedge, because that's the whole piece of ground here, the whole land. Let me get this little bit, though. And I'll come over and get this little drop up. Then we'll go back and we'll start up again. Alright guys, so I think I'm going to end the stream here actually, and when we come back tomorrow, we will continue working on these baling contracts. We'll get them finished up tomorrow. Won't take long to get them finished now. We'll just finish baling up this field. We got one more field that we need to toss the grass over, dry it up, windrow it, and then bale it. And then we'll go over and we'll lease out a auto-load trailer. And we'll get these over to the sell points. Now, just one more thing before we go. I want to go in and check all those baling contracts. Where do they need to go? So this one's going to the livestock market. Field 60, livestock market, so that's good. Field 6, the livestock market, and field 59. So field 59 is the only one that we need to bring to a different place. And that's going to the straw barn, which is right next to that field anyway. So yeah, guys, I'm glad you all showed up for the stream there. We had a few there for a little while. And I'm just going to save the game here. I'm not even going to sleep. When we come back, it'll still be nighttime. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys for all showing up, man. And I hope you guys all have a great day. And we'll see you in the next one. I'll be back again tomorrow, so come and join me then. So you guys all have a great night, and take care.